What's going on, everybody? You are now watching and listening to the Lady Guru Show. What's going on, ladies?
Hey.
You are now tuned into K100.
How's everybody doing?
Great.
Amazing.
Right.
Good to see everybody.
Sarah,
Yeah,
you were fighting
absolutely.
to get here today, huh?
I was fighting. Usually in the first one on, I don't know what happened. But yeah, my husband is all things tech, and he saved me yet again. So
Okay.
Yes.
props to James Cuccio. He deserves
Yes,
all
sir.
of the awards.
Thank
so
you for being there for Sarah.
Shout to
yeah,
James.
he's
Hey, ladies, did everybody notice what a music dump we had? We had a serious music dump last Friday, which was October 1st. A lot of great music came. For example, we had Meek Mill had Expensive Pain drop. You know? Who else we had? We had Lil Wayne and Rich Kid drop Trust Fund Baby.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah, Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett dropped Love for Sale.
Mm.
You know, The Ministry dropped Moral High Ground. You know, and Brandy Carlisle dropped These Silent Days.
I can't wait to listen to all this stuff.
So all the streamers, y'all got a lot of music to listen to.
Yes, we do. Yes, I do.
yes.
Thank you for the music update, Blake. I'll let us know who's dropping.
No, I felt
The
detached.
1st of October, we're gonna check it out, us lady girls.
I had to do that, you know, all my K100 people. You know what I mean? Hey, ladies, I got a question for you. How was your 2 weeks? How was your 2 weeks? So Heidi, how was your 2 weeks?
Are we gonna start with me?
Well,
Oh yeah, my last 2 weeks, like last week was super duper dope, you know, because I went to go work the Global Citizen concert, and like, girls, do you know who the hell I saw? Because I was like, I ended up in the like VIP section, right? And yeah, it was on my break. So, and Coldplay was playing.
Nice.
And I'm there dancing with everybody. And then my coworker goes, look who's over there. And I look, and then at the bar with their husband, I couldn't believe it. Guess who it was, Guru?
Who?
Ooh.
Who was it? I want to know who was
It was Billy Porter.
Oh wow.
Hey.
It was like the highlight of my night.
Wow.
I saw
Hey,
Billy
can I come
Porter.
hang out with you?
I was working. I had put it up
I'm
for
not
the
too far.
Global Citizens concert, you know.
Hang out with
That
you.
is what's up.
I wasn't hanging out, I was working. But I didn't know it. You know, so like I went over there and I spoke to him because we have a mutual friend, you know, that we know together. So I was like, do you know such and such? Because I really loved your work on Pose and, you know, the character you played. But do you know my friend Didi? So
That's
I
what's
was like,
up.
oh, like I gotta
That's
talk
what's
to
up.
Didi because we gotta have her on the show. She's such a phenomenal woman. You know, she won an Emmy for doing the hair on Hustlers. I think it was Emmy or Oscar or something. She worked on
Okay.
a lot of movies.
Shout to her.
Yeah, shout out to DJ Harris. So
Nice.
friend of mine.
Good
So
stuff.
that's a highlight of my 2 weeks. And then, you know, I just started my other job, season 2 of Girls Fiber. I'm on my second week.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
That
That's
sounds
what's up.
exciting.
That's good stuff. You know, Alicia, how was
You
your
always
2
have
weeks?
so many jobs.
Ah,
I
Alicia,
went on yesterday at my job at the Kawasaki motor race. I had a blast there.
That sounds like
Okay.
fun.
Alicia, how was your
I
2
feel a
weeks?
little jealous, to be honest with you. Like, I'm starting to feel like
I mean,
I
what?
don't even know. I'm so out of the loop. That's how I feel. My last 2 weeks were just like I'm like I feel like I'm in a bubble. Like it's just I'm just trying to get everything together, and I'm so focused, and I'm like in this bubble trying to just maintain everything and my businesses and stuff. And I want to come hang. Can I come hang out, Heidi? I want to come hang out. I know you working and stuff, but
like me, and I'm in 1,000 bubbles everywhere.
But you know what, Alicia? Sometimes it's like that, though, right? Everybody.
It is.
You know,
But you know what? Like you just told, you just said about the music that dropped. I didn't hear no music. I don't know what's going on in the world. Like I don't
Alicia,
know.
I think I'm right there with you, so don't feel bad.
Like I don't know what's going on. Like all I know is like this bubble that I'm in, and what happened in last. I don't know, just regular stuff that I just been doing, business stuff, and just pushing.
hey, that's what
but that's life though, and I think that like a lot of times as an artist or whatever you're trying to pursue, I feel like you feel like when you get like pulled into life, you're like, shit, I'm not doing all the things I need to be doing, but like you can't help it, otherwise you're not going to pay the bills, life's going to fall to the wayside. Like I have to do the cat litter, like all the things, like so many things, like there's so many things. So like I mean if anything, that makes everyone else feel better that they're not also feeling left out, because like it's a very real life feeling for every single human being. It's just like shit, like life's crazy. I could barely keep up.
Doing all the stuff I have to do, and
that's what's up.
It actually makes me feel better.
That's what's up. Nakia, how was your 2 weeks?
Hi, everybody. So I think my last 2 weeks, a little bit over 2 weeks, but I had a birthday. I'm officially the big 39. Thank you. What's interesting, I think what's characterized the last 2 weeks, the fact that like I need more sleep. I think I'm starting to feel changes. Before I used to be able to rip and run on 4.5 to 5 hours of sleep. It's not happening. I need like a good 6.5. I think something's changing.
That's it. 6.5. That's it. Wow.
Yes. And I would say the other thing is, basically I've been homeschooling my 5-year-old son, and I have to say, having no idea what I'm doing. In some ways I do know, but I'm surprised at how much I'm enjoying it. My son went to daycare at 2 months old. So this is like the most time I've ever spent with him on a daily basis. And it's like, I'm just enjoying him. And so that's been a really good experience, but juggling schooling, business, trying to work on other aspects of my business, trying to stay on top of social media, trying to get enough sleep, trying to be healthy. I got on the scale, I lost 20 pounds. So I'm excited about that. But just trying to just since last year, since I had my last son. So
okay.
Just trying to balance everything, but I can't complain. I'm grateful for where I am at this stage in my life.
Yeah. Hey, this whole conversation just motivated me like a straight 100%. Sarah, how was your 2 weeks?
Well, I mean, it's like, I just, working a fuck ton, and again, I was filming, and it's for Valentine Bluffs, which is gonna be great. We have a lot of fun, special people in it in the movie, which I may or may not be able to divulge, but I'm going to be filming next weekend. But it's a weird, like, so I work 5 days a week, and then I scheduled the filming on my 2 days off. So I'm looking at 4 weeks of no days off, which is great.
Yeah. Join the club.
Heidi, that's you all the time.
I work Friday, and then on my days off, I'm doing my shows, my whatever.
Yeah, and people think that you're just like off having a vacation, but you're not. You're fucking working. It's work, and it's traveling, and I was supposed to get back to be here for my job, and they're like, oh, the buses are hourly, and I was like, great, and then I wrapped. And then I'm just like, just casually sitting there in the tent, just like, what am I gonna do? It's 12:55 or 7:50 and it was 12 o'clock when I was wrapped at like 11:30. I was chill because I thought it was hourly and stuff. And they were like, I'm like, fuck, we need to I'm just like chilling for another 7 hours to get the fuck home because I have to work 5 days and then work another 2 days. And then and so, I mean, you're living your dream, living your best life. You come back, you work your day job. And I love my day job. I really do. But it's just like, when you have zero to, and then like all the shit in the apartment is just everything's going to shit, and you're just like, and I need a clean apartment to just like function, and it's just like, I'm just like, I can feel myself spiraling, and I'm like, I will find a time to eventually pull myself back up. But I'm living the dream. Yes. I had a great time filming. It's good. I am good. I am good.
Okay.
And I was able to connect. And so Blake's like, she's spiraling. Let's move on.
That's awesome.
Good thing, man. Everybody's here. Everybody's looking great, you know. And we're gonna get into these topics, you know. So everybody hold on. Here it comes, K100. The Lady Guru Show will be right back after these messages. Let's go.
Woohoo!
You are now tuned into K100 Radio, Hip Hop and R&B.
How was it going, like growing up, going to school, like, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it was great until I was old enough to have friends who knew who Kid Capri was. That's Vina. She thinks she better than her because I went to public school.
You live in the hood, right?
Yeah. Her dad's a celebrity. Why is she in the hood with us? Why is it like all these questions started to come up? And it was like, to me, I didn't really care because I lived such a great childhood still. KRS-One is my actual godfather. He was there when I was born.
Oh, wow.
Pulled me out.
Wow.
At what age did you find out, or did you really find out who KRS-One is, you know, who he is in hip hop?
I always knew, like, because these are people coming to my house. I always knew they were
somebody,
like,
right?
Somebody. But it wasn't until I like listening to outside music. It wasn't until I started going outside, like really seeing stuff and like hearing other type of music. I got to a point where most of my friends were guys. So I would be with my friends and they'll be playing songs and I'll be like, I know him. Like, man, I know that. And it's like, oh shit, like you start looking for yourself.
Yeah. Right.
And welcome back to the Lady Guru Show. What's going on, ladies?
Yeah.
Not much.
Welcome to be back.
Nice.
What you got for us, Blake? Tell us these topics. I'm ready.
Ladies,
she's ready.
Ladies, we got the topic of R. Kelly. All right. Yeah, so
everybody eyes roll.
Because I covered this when I was doing radio before on third round knockout radio. I covered a lot of R. Kelly. I was like,
all right.
Yeah.
This one isn't so positive though. After more than 25 years, accusations and a federal court trial in New York that lasted 7 weeks, R&B singer R. Kelly has been found guilty of charges including sexual exploitation of a child, bribery, racketeering, a sex trafficking involving 5 victims. It's sad. Kelly faces a possible sentence of 10 years to life in prison. Now that he's found guilty, the question is, now that he's found guilty, should music streaming platforms remove his music from their platforms?
Did they remove Elvis Presley's music when he married 14-year-old Priscilla?
Michael Jackson.
Chuck Berry.
Okay. So like they still play Elvis Presley music. So why, you know, and we could go on, you know, there are other people other than
Yeah, I don't think they should remove it. I don't think they should remove it. I
If
think
they
that
didn't remove
it's
anybody
people's
else, why should
choices.
they?
Yeah, they haven't, and it's a slippery slope, and well, not even a slippery slope. It's just that there's so many that you would have to remove that, like, you know, like what do you
Timeless
do? You know?
music. He made timeless music. You know, he was a very talented, you know, musician, and it's unfortunate. You know, I feel like you know, so many people around him, money and fame, you know, is a price to it. You know, and money buys off a lot of shit. It does, you know, because I'm wondering, are those parents also who did, you know, get money for their kid, you know, from R. Kelly? Are they gonna be also prosecuted as well? And so many other people. How about the people that were around him that allowed this to happen, that knew that was happening, that didn't intervene, you know, into, you know, putting him on, like, yo, you shouldn't be doing that. Come on, R. Come on, R. You know, he had a lot of people, yes, men around him.
Right. At the end of the day, like, we're talking about accountability.
Mm-hmm.
Accountability, and
he was sick in the head. That man was sick. He needed counseling.
Right. He had a lot of
issues. He never grew up. That's why he liked little girls. He never grew up. That's why he became a perv.
And he was also abused as a child, right?
Yeah.
So
many factors, you know.
I mean, I always say I feel bad for the boy that he was, but when he became he definitely became the predator, and I feel like was just very strategic in who I think it's the dynamic about him. I in regards to taking his music off his streams, I just think it's two separate. If he stole somebody's music, then take it off.
Yeah,
I think it's one thing, but if he's harming people, he should be held accountable criminally.
Yeah.
But you know, I think there was also a boldness a little bit. I think he had a place where this won't touch me. I think 2008 said I'm untouchable.
Yeah.
That created.
I tell you, because money and power. People think they do whatever they can do, you know, especially when have so much notoriety and success, you know.
Right. That's the part that kind of
Harvey Weinstein also. Are they gonna stop playing all his goddamn movies?
You know what? It's like this. It kind of upsets me because it's like he had what you just mentioned. It's a cockiness and it's an arrogance and it's a confidence that comes with, okay, I did all of this and I have all of this money, and you know what? It doesn't even matter what I did. Okay. And then the accountability part comes into play. And I feel like that's what needs to be addressed, because it's not, we're not holding people accountable for these. So how are things supposed to change? How are things supposed to change, right? On that aspect, like, just because you're in power, just because, and it goes deeper than just R. Kelly, right? It's just an example of what people in power feel like they can do.
They say,
how do we hold them accountable? How do we hold them accountable?
They say when a person obtains power, it shows exactly who they are.
Yeah.
Right. I agree with that. I agree.
And I think probably what also just happens, probably what's known, what happens in the industry, period. I think Nivea came out and talked about her experiences starting in the industry at 14. She, you know, like it's almost like there's this stuff that just happens when you start going into the industry, and whomever has more power, has more resources, have more access to money, has better lawyers.
They take advantage of people, you know. And there's so many people that are vulnerable and gullible to shit. So,
absolutely.
You know.
So when we say, like, okay, he has this great music, and I want to keep listening to this great music, is that our way of just being complacent with it, and like we don't care about the
it's like saying
aware of what's going on, or we don't care? You know what I mean?
One of the things that really I heard this comment during the week, and somebody had said that if these streaming companies keep his music on the stream, they support what he's doing. Now, I heard that from one person, and I was thinking, where are we going with all of these conversations? Like, in other words,
that's just like saying, any of you guys stop watching the Cosby Show?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, I did. I stopped. I mean, I love the Cosby Show, but I can't watch it.
Right?
It's disgusting.
It's a tough.
I can't. It's disgusting.
I'll be honest. I felt that way with listening to R. Kelly music. I mean, there's some stuff that he just made, but now when I hear your voice, when I hear some of the stuff you've done, and knowing that what helps you do it is the money you make, right? Like he can only keep his henchmen and his network going because he has money to pay them more.
We're kind of putting that. We're kind of putting that into. We are putting that into power. We're giving these things power because we're continuing to say, I don't care about that. Whatever. Okay. Let him do whatever he wants to do. Let this person do it.
Now, the question that I have is that these people that have been accused of this stuff, they have also done work with people, with good people who don't necessarily, they didn't have anything to do with their check, especially in entertainment, is somewhat connected to somebody else. And let's just say you got, Sarah brought up the Cosby Show. The Cosby Show was syndicated, which means that everybody that was involved in the Cosby Show is getting a check every month or every quarter. That means everybody that's involved is getting a check. There are people that are involved, we don't even know the name of these people, and they're getting.
That's true, which is like the producers and the directors and the writers especially.
And I feel like I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
They still collect the money though, He's right.
The producers, everybody behind
royalties.
So
and
maybe.
I feel like
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, Blake, where you were going in regards to talking about platforms' power to just erase people, because it's also scary because it could work in one instance, but it can be bad. For instance, we knew the guy in Seventh Heaven, the preacher father in Seventh Heaven.
Oh, because I watched Seventh Heaven.
I used to watch Seventh Heaven. And their shows weren't touched, and it got out that he was doing the same thing. So people can pick and choose. And it's particularly when you're in particular communities, there's a little bit of sensitivity who gets act, who doesn't, so it's just it's a little scary too.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
But it's also that, like, it's just like, for me, like Louis C.K., I fucking adored him because he seemed to have the women's perspective until he was the absolute fucking opposite. So like he seemed to really understand us. And then you're like, oh, fuck, no, he's an asshole. And so, like, there's no fucking way I will ever give him any money ever again. I don't give a fuck who in his company is hurt. I'm sorry. I fucking, like, no, I'm not gonna pay him any more money. And I'm sorry. That's it. Like, he's done. And he's the one that deserves to answer to all the people that he fucked over. But I'm not gonna pay him a dime later because, like, I supported him for years. No, and now that I know that he's a fucking prick.
that leads me to the question really quick. And it's not just a question here. It's a question to every platform, everybody out there is, where are we going with these type of conversations? Regardless of, like in other words, who is setting the rules for these things?
That's a scary thing.
And where did the rules come from? And who?
Fluid. It's just people's opinions of who chooses to keep supporting who. Absolutely.
knows.
But it's also
And
about
everyone has an opinion.
if you
Everyone
have
has
an
an
opinion,
opinion.
though, if you have it's also about if you have an opinion,
And
how
everyone has one.
how loud are you willing to give that opinion and make that opinion known? And how far are you willing to go to bring everybody into that's on the same page as you into what you're talking about? Because at the end of the day, like, yeah, we're sitting here discussing this, right? But if we don't want to support that, who really cares, right?
No.
Who cares? So at the end of the day, what are you actually going to do? What action are you actually going to take? What are we going to do as a people? Because that's what it's supposed to be in America, right? It's supposed to be like that. The people are supposed to lead these things and be the base of what we voice as.
So what we voice. Don't listen to R. Kelly music. He's a perv. He's a racist. He's a
the other piece too, a lot of artists might be quiet because a lot of people got bones in their closets, you know?
I do want to say this, though, about Mark Zuckerberg, because Mark Zuckerberg takes a lot of flack. And there's been a lot of people who are after Facebook and Instagram. And I would just want to point out that Mark Zuckerberg is not a Republican. He is a Democrat. And he has Republicans that are on his site. So because, and I'm not, the reason why I bring this up is because it goes right back to what we were just saying. You know, where he doesn't agree with what those Republicans are saying, but yet he has them on his platform. So the same could possibly apply, perhaps. I'm not saying it does.
With Trump?
Huh?
But Trump was an example of where this thing got, because they pulled Trump off, and that was a huge question.
It's like,
Which was
They pulled Trump off. Okay.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you know, people disagree with people that are on a platform, perhaps that these guys produced, but yet because they disagree with them, they haven't pulled them off. Now, if they disagreed with them and pulled them off, people will have something to say as well.
Well, you know what? I think that in America, we have a different kind of problem because I feel like the whole world looks at us and we have this, like, we're number one in entertainment as well, amongst other factors. And I feel like everybody's looking at us. And I feel like if we have this platform, we should also have a responsibility. And it boils down to education. But it's like you have to even the playing field as far as education and entertainment are concerned. Because a lot of people just want to be entertained. And that's it. Like, we got so much going on in our daily lives. Like, who cares? Like, we don't care about all of this stuff. Like, we just want to be, at the end of the day, we're looking at this platform, whatever it is, and we just want to be entertained by it. We don't want to think about all this and this and this and this and that. But at the end of the day, also, it's the responsibility of that platform to also kind of engage in a little bit of education. Like, you have the platform. This is what's going on. This is where the world is heading. So what are you going to do about it?
You know how we get down. The biggest hits right here. Let's get it, boy. Get 'em up.
This is K100 Radio with the hottest hip-hop and R&B mixes.
Welcome to the Lady Guru Show.
A woman alleges Carmelo Anthony is the father of her beautiful twins.
Oh, Mello, oh, Mello, oh, Mello.
There has to be something going on in that household.
You cheated and you got a baby?
Like, it's the same situation. What is it with Kirk and Rashida from Love
and Dumb and Dumber? Rashida's just, y'all can dish it out, but you can't take it. Dish it out, but can't take it.
Men out there, grab your wife, tell her you love her.
They're moving in together.
The Benefit couple. She probably was seeing him on the low. She probably called A-Rod cheating and stuff like that. So she started, I don't know, probably ended up running into Ben somewhere.
Yeah. She like, oh, that's my cute. He cheat. Oh, Ben.
There's gonna be some drama. What?
50% off.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 50% off. Off everything? Off everything. Off everything? Yeah. The Monbin Beauty Supplies and Accessory Store got 50% off everything, which means you can buy something nice for your girl.
Oh my God.
Tell your sister to tell her friends to save on everything. Monbin Beauty Supplies and Accessories, 211 Broadway, Amityville, New York, 11701.
Will Smith has opened up about his Jada Pinkett Smith's tumultuous marriage ahead of a release of his upcoming self-titled memoir this November. The Hollywood couple, who were married in 1997 and shared 2 children, Jaden, 23, and Willow, 20, made headlines last July after they addressed rumors of infidelity during their marriage. So basically, Will Smith is saying that he has had an affair, that Jada has had an affair outside of
Well,
them.
they've had an open relationship.
They have had a-
No, it's open. It's not an affair. It's not an affair. It's
Since
not an affair.
2012, they've had an open marriage.
It's an open marriage. It's not an affair.
I'm just trying to figure out why they keep talking about their marriage though. Like why?
Yeah, thank you. Number
We
one,
went
thank
for a
you.
black couple, and to be in Hollywood, that's like really big, you know, like, oh wow, black love, Hollywood, you know. Like they were an example of black love in Hollywood, you know.
First of all, can I raise my hand before?
Yes, there is some new show, Sarah.
Okay, so before my husband, I could have been in a relationship, would have 100% been like an open relationship. I feel like if you were to have an open marriage, it has to be agreed to beforehand. You can't have a relationship like one-on-one relationship,
Right.
and then decide we're going to be open. Maybe someone's open to that. It's kind of risky, but otherwise, like if you decide open relationship, great, and then it could be the most beautiful fucking thing on the face of the planet, because
They
there are
decided
people
that
who
like
have
really early in their relationship. They decided that really early in their relationship.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering what was going on like that early. Like really, what was the commitment really truly about that you decided that so early on in the relationship that we're gonna have an open marriage? Like what,
I feel
what
like
was really
yeah.
the agreement?
I feel like anyone in the kink community is like super open to an open relationship.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of people open to open relationships. So like there's a lot of people who don't understand it, but it is a thing. I feel like it has to be a thing.
In the kink.
In the kink community. Yeah. Yeah. So it's a thing. It's a lot that like lots of people do this and it works for them. But I feel like it has to be set before
but there's each other's standards, I guess, and
there still has to be rules that y'all
agreements
trust.
and
right.
trust.
Exactly. Yes.
And the question is, can everyone handle it?
Whatever floats their boat.
But see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. No
Bring it,
matter
Blake,
what
you
we're
got?
all, huh? No
I said,
matter,
bring it. Sound like you.
no matter what we're all talking about or how much they do get criticized, one thing is undeniable.
They're still
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
They are
I like
committed
it.
to their marriage.
I don't care. I like it.
Everyone's marriage is
Hey, that's their
business.
marriage.
It's not
Everyone's
our
marriage
business.
is different, and it works for them. If it, you know, it works for them.
And if it doesn't, it's not our
Jada
business.
will.
Yeah.
But here's what I have a problem with, though. What I have a problem with is why are all of these celebrities dry snitching on each other? Like in other words, every time somebody writes a book, they gotta say something about who they slept with. For example, later on in this article, if you read, it says that he had an affair with, well, not an affair, but he had a relationship with Holly Berry and another woman.
Misty Cole.
feel like they put the pressure on him. They put the pressure on him.
And
he
I'm
was,
is that what we doing now? Anytime we write a book?
I think he said they just desired. He just desired them. I didn't know they actually had an article.
He thought that she was real beautiful, and that there's nothing wrong with him desiring, just always saying that she was a beautiful woman. That he didn't. He
didn't have an affair. He didn't.
No.
Oh, okay. I heard he was like having a harem that would have included Halle Berry and Misty Copeland.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to put no rumors out.
About to start a rumor, Blake.
My bad. Look. Everybody, I don't want to start no rumor.
But I will say this too, but to that question, because the whole red table with entanglement with Jada Pinkett was August Alsina dropping that info, but he was also dropping an album, right? So it gets attention and it got attention.
They did a bunch of shit on the low. Okay. We don't really know what they did, okay? They did a lot of stuff and we don't know what they did. Okay. That's how I feel. And they putting out whatever they want to put out. And Jada got caught up, so she had to put it out there because August put it out there for her. She wasn't going to give up that information on her own. No. August did it. And she had to address it because she got the red table.
And I felt some kind of way with that. Not because it was a relationship out of their marriage, but when we talk about relationships, even with open relationships or anything, I always look at power dynamics because every relationship has power dynamics. I felt a little some kind of way about Jada and August only because when I hear how the story unfolds, he's a friend of your son, so he's a youngin'. He wasn't in a good place in life at that time. He was struggling with addiction. You're Jada Pinkett Smith. I mean, you're famous before the boy is born. And you know darn well you're getting involved with him and the risk that he could fall in love with you. Because honestly, that didn't sound I felt some kind of way.
And he was completely
and if it was split, y'all know.
Yes, he was. All in. I forgot that got to me. I'm like, hold on, ain't he like young?
It was his son's friend.
Boy. Yeah. Because I did have an issue with that.
He was all in. He was all in and she was playing. Okay?
And she knew.
Yeah. Man, she was right in that young dingling.
And could you imagine if it was Will with Willow's friend? Could you imagine?
Well, I'm learning all of these things.
She was always actress when she was young.
Sorry, Blake. Okay, I just had to get that off my spirit.
No,
as you should. I don't know any about this.
Because I've been noticing a trend here that anytime somebody is throwing out a book or some sort of promotion, people are snitching on people. Like, this is out of control here.
I think it's a part of the marketing.
It's part of
when what's the girl name?
Hashtag.
Yeah, what was the main one that's been like with everybody? What was her name? Superhead.
Yeah, what's your price? What's your price?
I mean, people want to hear.
Corinne Steffens.
And
she did like 2 or 3 books, I think. I believe.
What's your price?
I read the first one. I did read that first one, man. That was serious back then.
That was crazy how she put it.
That was crazy. The names that she dropped and stuff like that. But she's been messing around with Darius McCurry. What's his name? From
yes.
That's his name, right?
Family Matters, Eddie Winslow.
On and off for years.
Eddie Winslow.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
She's always messed with him on and off, playing with that boy too.
Yeah.
He was a good boy messing with that smut.
I have to admit, I'm not a fan of Kiss and Tell.
But she's still a smut.
I don't like Kiss and Tell. I don't think that's big.
That Kiss and Tell is a no-go.
It's not cool. Because when you're kissing, you want to keep it secret. Now you're about to tell for your own game.
For the first time in 13 years, Britney Spears will be able to live her life without the legal oversight of her father, James.
Britney!
Yes.
Not yet, though. You gotta wait till November 12th or something.
Yeah, there's a date to it. But here's the thing.
Okay, she's posting herself naked. Is that what you're about to talk about?
Here's the thing, right? And this ain't the first time that I've heard this. Has anybody heard that Britney Spears' posts are weird?
They've always been.
Yeah, they are. They're
I
super
just always
fucking
wonder if
weird.
it's her. I don't see
Nakia,
her.
what's your evaluation? Because I am not a professional, and I see clearly.
I haven't been really watching her pose.
I
Really
never,
watching.
even
Like,
before she
they're
came
all
back into
close.
media, but every now and then I'll hop on and I'm like, it just sounds like someone's doing her posts sometimes. I still don't
No.
get a sense of her. It's I
She
I don't
seems
doubt
like
these mental.
she's-
She don't look the
she's
same.
trapped. No,
Yeah.
she seems like she's trapped. It's weird. But with that said, now she's been like more like free and like being all nudity and stuff, which what she was originally when she was like a kid, when not a kid, but she was a kid. Oh God.
Mhm.
But like,
Only
like
because
more
that's
sexual
why
and
the
stuff.
dad
like,
had her
right?
on paper so she don't be all slut out and embarrass the family. Who knows?
I feel like she's just. No, I feel like
That's
she's
so-
acting
okay, but
out
watch she's not
and
40 and keep that money too.
Is
You know you're
something
spending
is
that money.
something in her eyes.
She
that
don't look the
tells
same.
Me
She don't look the same.
something is not right. Okay.
yeah, I don't know what's going
Ever
on.
since she had
Nothing
that
seems.
break.
Yeah, it did not. Nothing about her post seemed normal at all.
And
Even
I
a little bit.
definitely think she has mental health, but that definitely doesn't mean she shouldn't still have a right to areas
agree.
of life she can dictate. Something about the dad seemed a little.
Yeah. I get
Yeah,
it.
but even if it was like, you know, and we're not trying to, you know, assess this lady here, but
No, man.
you know, but even if it was something about mental health, right? Where the hell did that come from out of nowhere? I mean, last time we saw her when she was a rising star, there was nothing about her that gave us any inclination that she had a mental health problem.
Remember when she had the breakdown when she shaved her head and was coming after the
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
right,
an
right.
inclination. That was an
I think that's
inclination.
probably when they put her on
Oh.
papers.
when that's when
That's
it
when her
started.
dad put her on papers from there on.
It was from that point
Too
because
much
she like
Right.
broke.
She was diagnosed. She was diagnosed with bipolar disorder.
And there was a
Okay?
lot going on at that time.
Yeah.
Followed by
And right now-
paparazzi,
and-
Kevin Federline. You know, there was a
Right,
lot.
right.
Justin Timberlake.
Right.
There was a lot of things that probably broke her heart. You know.
Yeah. And right now people are freaking out because she's posting videos where she's like barely she's like
Everybody
almost
doing
naked. But here's the thing. Female nipples and male nipples are the same fucking thing. So God forbid she shows her actual nipples. It's not a big fucking deal. It's not a big fucking deal. So God forbid if she actually like were to like go on Instagram and go like this and actually show her nipples, wouldn't be a big fucking deal because men have shown their nipples every time.
Oh,
That's a
that's-
whole other
But
issue.
it would be
But,
a big deal
like,
because
free the nipple.
men looking at that like, oh my goodness, wow, look at her nipples. That's the difference
Yeah.
between us and them. They
Thank you.
They look
Thank
at it.
you. Thank you.
they're looking at it like, oh my gosh.
Oh my God, nipples.
Like,
I'm
way
I'm
about
terrified. Nipples.
Those are Britney Spears nipples, though.
They wanna see the nipples. Okay, we see some nipples. It's like, okay. all
It's
right.
just like when everybody went crazy and saying the piece of Janet Jackson's nipple with that.
Yeah.
Her career was
It was
fucked
a
after
nice thing
that.
over
It
her
was messed
nipple.
up. While Justin's went through the roof.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
To the roof.
Something about them lady nipples. I don't know.
Hey,
Because it's men. Because it's men that's looking at them. Because men are visionary creatures. They want to see these things. That's
Yeah.
why.
But I will say, if she want to post her body, to me, that's not an indication that she should be back under control. She has every right to do that if she's
Absolutely.
following the practice.
Absolutely.
You
I
know,
agree with that.
there's plenty of
I
other
agree
women
with
on Instagram that are showing plenty.
Way more. Way more.
Right,
And
Nakia?
they're not saying they're like, she's psycho.
Right,
She showed her boobs.
exactly.
She's psycho.
Did y'all watch the Hulu documentary? I never watched it. Have y'all watched it?
No.
The Hulu. Okay.
I just started watching the other Hulu documentary, Madonna.
Oh no, I saw the first
Oh.
one. I saw the first one, not the second one.
Oh, okay. There's two. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the first one is kind of like it makes you like kind of feel for her. The second one, she actually said it's not actually as accurate as it should be.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Hey,
FYI.
Googles.
Well, good luck to Britney Spears, and hopefully she'll be able to live her life. You know, keep living it with her kid, her 2 kids, her son. So,
and just like post pictures of your boobs. It's fine.
We still love you, Britney.
Can I ask you?
Everybody needs, yeah.
What do you feel about like the medication and mental illness and all of that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, even from my own experience, I've worked with clients where medication has been extremely, extremely helpful in helping them to function. At the same time, I have my, y'all know I'm a little conspiracy theorist. I keep that separate from my profession. However, I do think sometimes diagnosing clients and then giving them medication should be slightly longer process. I can't meet someone I don't know, meet with them for 30 minutes, and now I know for a fact this is what you are, and here's your medication. Even if you look at the DSM-5, there's certain criteria you need to meet over a given amount of time before a diagnosis should be attached to you that needs to be supported by medication. Bipolar disorder is one of the disorders that you just hear all the time. And that's not necessarily always the right diagnosis. So I think when there's a need, medication can be helpful because I'll be honest, even my own experience one time taking the wrong birth control showed me the power of hormones. I mean, I'm sitting on my couch depressed crying and there's not a darn thing wrong. Change my birth control, I was back to normal. So there are people that have neurotransmitters and hormone dysfunction. But at the same time, I think people should get support where they need. You don't need to have a mental illness if a bunch of crisis happens and I'm depressed. That's actually normal. So I feel mixed.
I can appreciate that.
You are tuned into K100 Radio, Hip Hop and R&B.
Give me some hip hop. Give me some R&B.
What's going on, ladies? Make sure you get your shine on.
Like, comment, and subscribe to the t-shirt. Okay, the link will be in the bio. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
I love the shirt. And it's a crop top, ladies. Okay.
Go to www.thisisblakescaesarinc.com.
I can't wait to try mine on.
Kodak Black. Kodak Black's statement is trending. Okay. And he made a statement. I'm not going to say all the wording that he said. He said something like this. If the woman is the breadwinner in the relationship, she can cheat if she want to. He's
a dummy. He's just a dummy. That's his opinion. He a dummy.
I can hear him saying that. If the bitch is the breadwinner.
Yeah, no.
It's clear he's the breadwinner, and he thinks that he can fucking cheat. That's
just giving him an excuse to go cheat.
Shit.
That's the only reason he said that. Because he won't go cheat. Sit down, boy. Sit down. Ain't nobody listening to you.
And he gonna do it anyway. Like, don't even make no statements.
and whatever bitch that get with him, she more stupid because the red flag was there.
Right. And if a woman is a breadwinner and she is with a man by choice, she's not gonna fucking cheat on him if she's the breadwinner. She's choosing him because, like, she's at the point where she can choose anyone, and she's choosing him. Why would she fucking cheat? Like she's choosing him. She loves him.
I thought it was hilarious.
Kodak Black
He's good at cuddles.
He put statements out there. I think now he's apologizing to everybody. Everybody getting apology.
Throw him out of here.
Yeah, it was hilarious. Like what?
My social media didn't ban that comment.
Real quick, whatever happened to getting attention by the music you put out instead of the statements you make?
Come on, I missed that. I missed the days when we didn't know what was going on. I know.
That's the generation we in.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Yes, Alicia, say it again.
That's the generation we in. It's attention. It's attention seeking.
Yeah.
Who can get the most attention? I got the most attention. Okay, so now let me put out my music and you're gonna hear this music.
And it works every time, don't it?
Yeah, of course it does. Look, it's digital. It's digital. You just put out a tweet, get attention. Everybody's paying attention, okay? And now I'm gonna put out some music, so listen to this music. That's it.
Well,
that's like 50 Cent every time. He'll say do something crazy before she have a show coming out.
Well, we've had an interesting show, ladies. You know, it's been a great show. Make sure everybody that's listening, make sure y'all subscribe, y'all like, y'all comment, y'all share. All right? This is the Lady Guru Show. And Gurus, we out of here.
Yes.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Bye,
Bye, guys.
You are now tuned into K100 Radio, Hip Hop and R&B.